Good morning, good afternoon to all my brothers and their lovely sisters. Uh, how are you all doing? First of all, Eid Mubarak to everybody who is celebrating. We both are celebrating, so we had a quite a great day. Uh,
I mean, I didn't have a great day, but Eid Mubarak to you
yeah,
guys. What's up? How are you guys?
yes,
Welcome back after a really long time.
but just a realization that's Eid, but we have also reached the grown up age where right now we don't get money. Like, remember when we used to be young, our cousins or
That's
elders
easy.
used to give you money. Right now, only my dad was trying to give me once today, like yesterday.
Trying to
But
give you.
yeah, no, he was no, basically what happened was he wants to like, get some change from the bank so that he can give me. But other than your parents, I think nobody else gives you. Sometimes your parents also stop, but luckily my father is generous, so he was like, okay, give the kid.
Speaking of bank, I heard that there are two new notes in UAE, the 5 dirham and 10 dirham note,
Yes, yes. I've,
including the 50 dirhams ones.
they have done a lot of changes. I've not seen it. I've heard the news, but I've not paid attention to what value. What was
I'll
the
put
value?
the picture over here. I do have it right now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. I'll put it over here. Those are the two new ones. I think that they're not. I mean, you know how we grew up with those 10 dirham notes, like
Mm,
this one I'm just posting
yeah.
out over here. It looks so good, and then the new ones are just so plain and like
No, the thing is that the quality has changed. I feel like it's now plastic rather than
yeah, the quality has
paper.
changed.
Yeah.
It's more secure. It has this some kind of secure chip inside it or
Yeah.
something.
The
That is,
first,
so if you've seen the Canadian notes, it's kind of the Canadian note,
yeah, yes, plastic,
like
plastic.
this one,
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
like it's
Because
plastic.
we no, because we already have a new 500 note. I think 500 dirham note is
50
pinkish.
drum.
50 something just
That's
changed.
50.
Something just changed. Yeah,
The 50.
50. Sorry, so
It's not
50.
changed. They bought it.
They
The old
changed
ones are
it.
still there.
Yeah, I mean, but but the new ones they changed it to the plastic, so they're slowly moving to how Canada is.
I hope they don't decentralize. They don't get rid of the old ones like India,
Eh,
Node Bandi.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, you know what? The great part is, like, money evolves. So remember, like, if you look at the one dirham coin, some of them behind, it's that kahwa, but before that it was something else. So it's if someone is
Is
someone who
it?
likes, I think, I don't know, but one dirham. Sorry, 50 fills. 50 fills a lot of. I've seen some 50 fills with and 50 fills have some other backgrounds behind.
They have the monuments, like the
I
old
don't know, but
historical
yeah,
monuments.
yeah, but something like it changes like a little bit when it was founded and currently what we have. Slight differences are
Mm.
there. But what you call people who like collecting coins and all, yeah. Even I had a fascination to collect coins of different countries. I have a box where full of different coins of different currencies. Anyway, okay. First of all, thank you for everybody who waited for this episode. We have like what 29, 30 subscribers at the moment, and I feel glad for your continuous support. But yeah, because of our time difference, we have like a 10-hour difference in the time zone, and since it was Ramadan, so that's why our time schedule was what do you call, not
Messed up.
messed up. Because let's just say, if it's early morning for me, it's late night for him. So this guy's sleeping, and and when he is awake, I'm sleeping. So normally we shoot the podcast around 9 to 10 p.m. of my time, which is like his early evening or afternoon there. So we get a sweet spot. So we didn't get a sweet spot, so we couldn't shoot the video. So we waited for like a month, and we said that we'll start from Eid. Anyway, hope your Ramadan went good, those who celebrated, and let's continue the days. Yeah,
Before we move on, remember the watch I went and bought with you?
yeah, the Apple Watch.
Yeah, the funny story. Yesterday, I was in the toilet, so I removed the watch, and then I had to go. So now I've shifted. So as you can guys can see, I have a new background, and because I've shifted my rooms. So now the toilet is like bathroom's in another spot, and the toilet is in another spot. So I washed my hands and then I was going to the bathroom to wipe my hands. So I had the watch with me and then I didn't have any pockets at that time. So I took the watch with me
Hmm.
and then I needed to put it down somewhere so I could watch. So
Hmm.
I thought of putting it down the door handle. I thought of resting
Hmm.
it over there, and I
Hmm.
ended up dropping it, and that cost me a crack over here. If you guys can see, like a minor crack over here.
She will be upset.
Oh boy, man, the whole day yesterday, and there's a bit of a chip off over here in
Yeah,
the bill.
she will be
I
upset.
bro,
She will be upset.
she'll be upset. Yeah, like for
She
you
will be
guys who
upset.
think who's the she, guys, go check out our second
Yeah,
podcast.
I
I
think
guess
for yes, first or second podcast. Anyway,
first or second podcast. Anyways, we
I
keep talking about it every
yeah,
time.
yeah. So we might repeat the whole story again, because what I would suggest that just stay tuned again, because I think the first episode we had like 3 parts within it, so people will get bored and stuff, because we did not verify YouTube account, so I had to break the whole video into 3 parts. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't consider looking up the first episode. The first episode was shit. I wouldn't even if I wouldn't even advise you to watch it. Anyway, you could start really watching it from the second episode. We had a good time there. Since we have been out of touch lately, doing this podcast for a long time, we don't have much of topics not prepared, or like
Hmm.
nothing is coming in my head as of now. But apparently what happened was, just a couple of hours before I ended up trying to shoot this video, you do know this habit, like the whole Ramadan off camera, we were speaking a lot with all of our friends, and I was talking about I have a interest in history a bit. I always share some historical things, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is a historical fact. In ancient, I mean, medieval England, the UK, medieval, the Great Britain's history. So this practice started in the 18th century and went along till the 20th century. It started from 1700s all the way to 1913. So this practice was called wife selling.
Hmm.
It's called wife selling. So basically the husband would go in the market, sell his wife to another guy. That would be the practice. And
So isn't that kind of like a human trafficking kind of stuff?
now let's yeah, for now in today's society it is weird, but let's just say it's like a necessary evil. It had to be done. So basically what happened is, look, if let's just say that in a Christian society back then, divorce was something considered evil. Now before you ask me a question, this is even evil, yeah? Then why they considered divorce evil? Basically in the Catholic religion, because they were mostly Catholics, first of all, divorce was something that they never liked. They didn't consider it. Even if you
Mm.
talk to some, I may be wrong, I may be right at the moment, but I've heard that it's not. And the Catholic, being a the divorce is not taken. I mean, it's not considered good anyway. So
Mhm.
back then they were very religious in the medieval England. So what happened was, there was to get a divorce, it was very expensive. So a lot of middle class, lower poor people couldn't afford it, and there wasn't a proper legal system to go through.
Mm.
So what they used to do was, now the husband had the right to, if they wanted to separate the wife and the kids, they would go and sell the wife in the market. And the thing is, the wife in most cases would accept it, because this is the only way to depart, because there was no other way to depart. But yes, as this practice got popular, there were some men were genuinely stupidos. Like they are recorded instances
Mm.
where they would do auction on their wives, and the highest
Oh,
bidder
wow.
highest bidder would be given the wife. And some of them in those auctions used to even mistreat their wives by like they used to they used to consider them like cattle, and put the head a rope behind on their neck and on the waist and then tie them in the marketplace. There was a story for in the video there was a story of a butcher who
Hmm.
who treated his in the market treated his wife as a cow, basically put the rope on the neck, tie it on the railing. Even is said that she was being stripped to show all her goodies, so that all the men in the market would adore her, and then the highest bidder would buy it.
It's like a human trafficking slash prostitute center.
No, because you know you won't say prostitute because you're going to buy that woman. So in that case, they're saying that she's become the wife of this person.
Right.
Okay. Anyway,
That's weird.
but that's why there were some extreme cases like these, but there were some other cases where just like let's say the marriage was failing. Okay. Now again, I
Hmm.
said that back then divorce at that time was very expensive, so the wife would just say to to her husband that please, I
And
want,
people are like fine with this, like that time.
because that's what I'm saying, it's a necessary evil. Sometimes marriages weren't working out. As I said, now the divorce system was only for the elites because it was so expensive and there was not a proper system. Okay.
Hmm.
That's what they had to be done. It had to be done. But again, this I said now, just because the practice is somewhat evil, people can misuse it. Like I just one story I just showed you a story where a guy misused it, treat
Hmm.
that woman like a piece of garbage and just sold it to someone as an auction, stripped her and all that. But there were some scenarios where the marriage was definitely not working. The wife and the husband would decide, okay, we have to use this method. So they will go to the market, and sometimes you can just sell the wife for £1. It doesn't have to be an auction. Maybe just you can sell it for like a barter system, like in exchange for my wife, take something from you. There were even cases where the woman was auctioned, not stripped, not respectfully auctioned in the market,
Hmm.
but she didn't like the man who auctioned the highest. So she would say, no, I don't want to, I don't want to be sold to this person.
So
So
they
there
had the
was,
choice as well.
they also had a choice also. But again, since you're being sold, you have a limited power. But yeah, like some were treated genuinely nicely because this was the only way to get rid, and
Hmm.
some used that in a very negative way. It was a necessary evil in society that had to be done. But then eventually, what happened was this practice slightly went down, and then when the court systems got better over time, again, there was a drawback in the court system back then. The system was, if you want to get rid and get a divorce from your wife, the
Yeah.
man has the power. So the man could just say, look, she cheated on me. And most likely, you don't need a witness or anything. You can just make a straight case, and divorce would be just like in today's world. Like sometimes a woman could just genuinely just say that, this man did something to me, and then you go to the police and, you're straight. So back then, it was that case. And
Hmm.
if the woman wanted to take the divorce, if she went to the court, then they would ask a lot of things, like how bad he was, or different reasons. It wasn't like one reason, not one particular reason. It had to be a two or three reasons, and it had to be completely proved. If not, it won't be accepted.
Yeah.
But it was better than from that selling. It moved to a better practice, slightly better, and then over time, uh you have the system. So I have a video of it. I could link it in the description. Some like, so I don't know, when I came in my recommended, by the way, and I was just looking at it, and then I looked at his channel, this particular channel, and this guy is posting weird practices that used to happen in history which we never knew. So
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna see all his videos right now after this and see what's interesting. Maybe I can
Hmm.
share in the upcoming videos. So, I thought you'll be surprised. Wife selling. I was getting, I was
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm trying to
really
process it. I'm trying to process it. Now, even asked you, like, is this normal? Do people accept it or stuff? You said it's kind of a ritual kind of stuff. So might happen.
If I'm
I
not
mean, in the olden times, all many weird stuff used to happen, and people used to accept it. So I'm not
hmm,
really that surprised about it because I've read
hmm,
many places of such stuff. So it's kind of a thing.
back in the Arab histories and Arabic history, nomadic tribes, what they used to do, if they got a
Yeah,
girl
we've seen
child, the
Gladiator.
girls.
Even in Gladiator, they show that they're selling slaves, and it's kind of a thing that
I mean, slaves is a different thing. Slaves was considered as a commodity.
no, but that was a
Uh,
thing, right?
yeah,
Now
that
it's
was
not a
a
thing that you're buying slaves. I mean, you are hiring people, but they're not considered as slaves. That's the thing.
mm, true, true. But this used to happen, and it's kind of. So, but the thing was, it started off like an innocent practice because there was no other reason. But then over time, when it started to get popular, then some people started to really misuse that practice.
Yeah.
But I said, there's a lot of dynamic in it. It's not as evil as when I say it clearly, wife selling. Okay, in today's world, it's oh my god, and it is an oh my god practice. But then you start opening it up and why they used to do it, and then you get to understand. Oh, there are multiple reasons for doing it. Doing sometimes situations force you to do some things that are kind of evil, but it's necessary
Mm, yeah.
anyway. So that was one idea or one thing. So moving on, we'll just, for today's episode, we'll just go through some would you rathers, which is the only way.
Oh, there was this one more thing before we go to one more with your other. There was this video I came across.
Okay.
Some people have made a rendered video, and I'll post it over here. That what Dubai might look in 2070 or maybe in the future, and it looks so amazing.
I know. Oh, I've seen this.
It looks so freaking amazing, man.
It's a
Think if
hologram.
this becomes the future of
This
Dubai.
becomes no. This is the future. It's a matter of when, but it will happen. It's a matter of
But
when.
boy, it looks so good.
This is where I want to stress this again, that this is the future of Dubai. Now, the current king of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, uh, this man is a very visionary man, and he's planning something that
Yeah.
he is in his advanced age, we would say advanced age, and yet he is planning about Dubai in such a way that he may not be existed in that reality, that future, but he's
Hmm.
planning it in such a way that I want this to happen. Even if I'm not there, I want this to happen. So he has this concrete vision. And you could see this. I think this is one of the footages from probably from the Museum of the Future, where they are showing, that in the next decade, or I don't know when exactly, maybe in 2070, maybe in 2000 something. But the point is,
Hmm.
it's in the future, far future, not somewhere in the near, far future. Because you can see when you look at the footage, you will see that it's like a full-on futuristic city. What Dubai wants to
It
be.
looks so amazing. And you know what? The things that are flying, the helicopter thing,
Yeah,
flying drones,
yeah.
drone taxi, that is actually being tested. And I don't know if you guys just type on Dubai taxi, drone or flying taxi or something like that. You see ton of like prototypes that are being tested in Dubai, and it's going to be the future. And it's actually true what you said, that these things are started to happen. And as you said, Sheikh Mohammed, one of the most visionary mans, this will happen in some days. But when, it's kind of a
And he is cut.
it's not gonna happen in the next 10 years, but it should happen like by 2050, hopefully. I
Okay,
mean,
so
that's the part.
what happened is there was a technical glitch. Basically, what he just said was he just repeated the same sentence that I repeated. Was it's going to happen far fetched into the future, not something anytime soon. Maybe I wouldn't be
Hmm.
alive to witness it. We don't know, because let's be honest, we're in the 20, we are born in the early 20th century, 21st century, early 21st century. This could probably between maybe we can expect this is somewhere between 2070, 2080, somewhere like we have old men, or
Hmm.
like literally 100 years after us. But
Could be, but
let's, you can
100
just,
years too far.
not 100 years, maybe like just 2100. Let's think about 2100.
Yeah.
The early 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 years of the 22nd century, not the 21st century, early years of the
Yep.
22nd century. Anyway, we're having a lot of technical glitches today, so we'll start with the would you rather questions, and I
Yeah.
hope.
So I came across this. Would you rather was would you rather live by Hakuna Matata, or would you live by the word YOLO? And for people who don't know, Hakuna Matata is like a kind of a phrase from the movie
Lion King.
Lion King, and YOLO is kind of the it's a slang for
You only live
F it, I
once.
guess.
You
You
only
only live
live
once,
once.
yeah.
You only live once.
I what I've heard from people is like YOLO means F it, so just do it, kind of a thing.
Yeah, yeah, but it doesn't mean effort, but in the sense that it is, when you say YOLO, basically you say you live only for once. You only have one life. You only have one life, so just do it. Just do it.
It kind of means that. In short, it means F it. Just do it.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, I would go by Hakuna Matata,
Why so?
though, because it is basically a chant to calm yourself down, because it really means uh it means no worries for the rest of the day. So basically, in the Lion King, all these
Hmm.
characters, the meerkat, the bloody boar. So his name is Timon, the meerkat. Pumbaa is the wild boar or the pig, and Simba, the lion, who is a cub at this point. All three have their own problems. But in the main Lion King, they only focus on the lion's problem. But then they had another movie after the Lion King. This is the original Lion King. They also had another Disney movie called Lion King One and a Half, which showed an
That
extra
was
story.
actually.
Lion King One and a Half. So that kind of showed the stories of the other two characters also a bit more from their perspective.
Hmm.
Okay, so the original Lion King was from the perspective of Simba, but the other one, Lion King's One and a Half, was the perspective of the meerkat and the wild boar. But the story is exactly the same. It is how everybody knows the story of the Lion King, so I don't need to go into that.
Hmm.
Anyway, so what happens is, no, the Simba as a cub meets them, and he doesn't want to tell the truth that his father died and all that.
Yeah.
So what the meerkat says to him is, bad things happen and you cannot do anything about it, so you turn your back. When your world turns your back, you turn your back, and just don't worry about it. So
Hmm.
basically, they started to sing this song Hakuna Matata. This phrase, it means no worry for the rest of your days. So you know what, honestly, we all suffer a lot of things, many things. Instead of looking into the past and having those negative emotions associated with past, because you cannot dwell in the past. You can make lessons
Yeah.
from it, but you can't dwell in it and constantly use those negative emotions in you, and then get depressed. So
Hmm.
this phrase kind of helps people. Then just like YOLO, when it comes to fuck it and do it in life, it is like fuck it and leave what is in the past in terms of your negative emotions, and forget it.
Hmm.
That's it. And then
Right.
when you come back to your senses, when you lose all those negative emotions, then just look back in the past and find your mistakes, so that you can pave your way to make a better future. So I would prefer that.
I would go for actually before I tell mine, guys. Comment down below. What would you do? Live by Hakuna Matata or live by the word YOLO? And coming back to mine is I would go for the word YOLO. It's like you only live once, and it's not only that. See, once when you do something like something crazy, skydiving, you're not going to do it every day. You live once, just do it. It is safe so far. It is safe, so why not just do it? If you want to do it, just do it. Even for the watch, like back in January, I never, like, honestly, personally, I don't like the Apple Watch. I still don't like it. I'm hating on it. No, I'm not. I just bought it because I'm kind of like, why not just buy it as YOLO? Just buy it. Let's see how's
And now,
it.
no, 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 wait. Why now?
Wait,
Let me
wait, wait,
ask.
wait, wait. No, no, no,
Let
no,
me
no, no.
ask you a
Let me
question. Let me
complete.
ask. Let
Let
me
me
ask you a question.
complete.
Okay. Okay.
Let
Okay.
me complete. It's not because of the girl.
No, no,
I
no, no.
didn't
That's
buy it
something.
because of the girl.
I'm asking. I'm asking you something
See,
else.
I bought it as in I'm like a tech enthusiast, so I like using new stuff. And I've never owned an Apple Watch, but I wanted to try, and I broke my old watch, so I thought of buying a new one. And I'm like, why not go for let's just try an Apple Watch? Because I was stupid enough. Like many people told me that I'm using an Apple phone, but
Mm,
I'm using an Apple phone, but I have an Samsung watch.
mm,
And I used to explain them now. I used to own an Android phone before, and so I had a watch
mm,
then. And so people will be like, "Oh, that makes sense." And then it still used to be weird, but I love that. But I still have it, and I still love it. It's just that the strap broke, and there's no new straps for the version I have. So that's why I thought of going for another watch, and I could have gone for a random Casio or a Tissot, and like those ones. I'm not
mm.
a fan of those kind of watches. So I wanted to try a new one, the Apple Watch, which I just broke it recently yesterday. I feel so bad
Allah,
still.
she'll be so upset.
I have no idea why he keeps saying that, but yeah, go on. What were you saying?
Okay, but you technically answered my question though, because again, I was going to ask this like, you bought it because you just wanted to show your status, because we are off camera also talked about the fact that, does it feed your ego or does it make you happy? That was the question that I was asking you. I was going to ask
I
you, but
think it's not. It's
you
not
felt.
really status because it's not really status because I barely wear it. If it was
Okay.
status, I would have worn it every day, everywhere, showing off to people. I didn't really buy it for show off. I bought it
To
to,
be honest with you,
yeah.
like,
I mean, I bought it to. It's good. It looks nice,
mm,
but I bought it for a feel. Like, how does it feel like to own an Apple Watch, wear it, use it on day-to-day basis? I was even thinking about selling it the next day I bought it with you.
mm. But honestly,
Think,
you said that you're a tech enthusiast. Yeah, you love tech. No wonder you took it to the
yeah.
bathroom along with it. Okay.
Correction. I had it on my watch. I washed my
Uh,
hands. I didn't want the watch to get wet, so I removed it. I kept it aside. And then I had to take. I mean, see, I have a roommate living next to me, so I don't want to leave it there. I mean, if I forget, I'm not really
uh,
thinking that he might take it, but it's just a thing inside that you have an expensive thing. Just take care of it. I could have kept it somewhere else, but I was so stupid enough to keep it on the door handle, and I knew it would fall, but
mm,
still I tried to balance it balanced, and the moment I turned to like wipe my hands, and it fell down.
mm,
It's like it was waiting for me to turn and it would fall.
hmm. So we gotta quickly conclude. There's one more thing that I want to ask.
Yeah.
This is a would you rather question which I wanted to ask you. So would you rather have your entire life of your experience converted into a movie that can be watched whenever you want? Okay, a movie of your entire life that only you watch, or a book that everybody reads without your interpretation. That is, they can interpret their own way when they open the book and they read your biography. Okay, they succumb to their own interpretation
I'll go
basically.
for the movie. I'd go for the movie.
Okay, so the question now for me, I was going with the movie, but then
Huh?
when someone said that, I want to, so the question here it is now, you want to your life turn into a book that can be read and interpreted by anyone, as I said before. So I
Huh?
want my, so if that's the case, then I want the book option. I want my
Now,
life.
1 minute. I'll come back to yours. Sorry for cutting you. Now, the book option is good. I thought of it first. But then the thing is that now anyone can interpret in their way. So it's kind of a thing that when we're chatting with someone and
Mm,
they don't really get our tone of
mm,
talking, I might
mm,
say that, "How are you?" And you might feel that I'm just simply saying it unless I put an emoji. It's kind of the same thing in the book. Like there's something written about me. People might think that I'm rude, but that might not be rude in person when we're talking. It's kind of a slang, normal friends kind of stuff. But people might think, "Oh, he's being rude, man." They start judging me in the beginning of the book. Depends on what they write,
mm.
what I'm writing, or what's
Yeah,
being written.
that's the thing. I want that. I want that.
You want people to start a
Exactly.
controversy on you.
Exactly. That's drama. I mean, like, if just
This
imagine
guy.
somebody reads my book and my whole life,
Uh,
then it
uh,
can start like they can go on YouTube, or they can start doing a summary. They can say whether the book is good or whether the book is bad. what kind of life lessons can you learn from him, what kind of mistakes, and I get to see how people perceive me. And maybe after that I can talk more about myself. There can be webinars, this and that. There's so much business, whereas if you go with
Mm-hmm.
the movie, this movie, this thing is your entire life. Whenever you watch it, what's the point, man? Your life, I mean, what are you gonna do? But by you go, the best part you will do, if you have kids, you'll enjoy every once in a while, like a movie. But what benefit are you getting? Whereas from a book, I
Oh,
can
that
make
life movie is only can be seen by
by
me, right?
yeah, whenever you want to
Oh,
watch.
okay. In
That's
that
the
way, then yeah. I mean, I don't know. My life's kind of boring, so nothing much to see in my life for now.
and
Hopefully,
even if you achieve everything and you make a whole movie at the age of 80, 90, you as a person would want your life to be shared by people, no? Why would you want to watch the whole thing on your own? There's no point.
yeah.
You experienced it, why would you watch it again? That's the
True,
thing.
true, true.
That's the thing. Anyway, so hope you guys like this podcast. It's, of course, I won't say it's like the best podcast. I think the previous one was better, but I think this is just a warm up, because we took a big break, a 1 month break. So we were just trying to get in practice. Anyway, we'll get our next episode as usual on Sundays, as we are going to post. We're going to come back in the same routine, and hope everybody's Eid is going well. Some countries got Eid today, so Eid Mubarak to them. And those who
Yep.
have their second Eid, enjoy this day also. And hope everything is good. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week. Okay.
See you guys.